Please stand for our national anthem, sung by Globe University student Katie Landers.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glad, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. To begin our ceremony this evening, I'd like to remind you to please silence your cell phones at this time. I think mine is. Good evening. We are absolutely delighted to have you all here with us this evening. My name is Brock Vandervelde, I'm Campus Director of Globe University, Madison West. Those of you with cameras and camcorders, please feel free to come up at any time for pictures. We actually encourage that. We at Globe University, Madison East and West are excited to celebrate this event with you. Tonight's graduation ceremony gives us the opportunity to formally recognize our graduates for their tenacity and perseverance throughout their journey, and our staff and faculty for their dedication. Would all of the staff and faculty present please stand? We are all very proud of the success that put you here this evening. I am sure that you realize that this would not have been possible without the support of your friends and family. Graduates, would you please stand, turn and face the audience, and give a round of applause to your families and friends for their encouragement. Graduates, tonight is your night. I am very excited to announce our graduate speakers who would like to share a few thoughts and memories of their time at Globe University. There are very few people as committed to their future and family as Deanne Kepke. Deanne has been a full-time medical assistant student. She works full-time and also has a part-time job to help her support her family. Medical Assistant Program Chair Alicia Terry says, Deanne is an inspiration to others and sets a strong example for what can be done. Deanne understands that to get what you want in life, you need to set priorities. She says, put your priorities in place and work toward that end goal. That's exactly what Deanne did at Globe University and what she is teaching her 5 children to do with their own lives. Deanne started at Globe in April 2011 and will graduate tonight with her associate's degree in medical assisting. Please help me welcome our Madison East graduate speaker, Deanne Kepke.
Hang on, you put it somewhere up here. There we go. All right. Thank you to everybody that came tonight. I am honored to stand before you today as your guest speaker for this great group of people. We have all gotten to this point with the support and understanding of the people that are here tonight. The end is within our grasp, and our future is there for us to reach out and take it. From this point on, we will take different paths to find that future, but the friends that we have made at Globe University will stay with us. It is truly a community of its own. This has been a dream of mine for a while, getting the chance to go back to school and get my associate degree in medical assisting. The medical field kind of just came upon me. I was helping a friend do some care of a lady on the weekends, and I still do that care, and that kind of changed my course in life. From the start, it was pretty rough. I had lost my job. School had started the week before, and I had no books and no income to support my family. Financial aid and loans were the only way to go for me. So it took me about a month to find a job because I was looking for third shift so I could take care of my family and do the things I needed to do. I did that. I took all my classes during the day and evening to get my degree. My first quarter grades were a couple of B's and a C, and I really thought that that's about as good as I can do, until I met some different friends. I made some true friends at Globe who I will keep forever, and I want to thank 2 of them tonight for setting the education bar a little higher for me. One would be Kathy Dede, and I don't know where she is. There she is. And the other one would be Barb Riley, who I know where she is. These 2, among many others, are outstanding students, And until right now, I don't think they knew how much they influenced my learning experience at Globe University. I was working a lot of hours, but I couldn't let them get better grades than me. We used to, especially Kathy, she was the first one that I met. We had a lot of classes together. And we used to meet in the library pretty much on a daily basis. And we studied and we learned, and it was sometimes a challenge to see if we could get a question up on the other one, see who didn't know what. And Barb came into being my friend about 2 quarters before the end. We had our first class together, and it was probably one of my worst classes. It was computers. I stink at it. But, she kept telling me, you know what, you can do this, you can do this. And we got through it. And then we did CMA review and things together. And even throughout our externship, we've contacted each other and kept in touch and said, what are you learning? What are you learning? Where are things going? So to those 2 people, I just want to say thank you. You definitely raised the bar high for me. And my grade point average shows it, 3.81. So on that note, there's other people that are sitting up on this stage tonight that have had just as much influence. I would like to thank Alicia Terry. She's the program chair for the medical assistant department, for everything that she has done for me. I've had tough times where she just listened. I've had struggles that you couldn't tell everybody else in the world. So, she is a true friend as well as a mentor that we should all look up to. And next on the list would be Daniel Gottlieb. Dan was my teacher for many classes. He taught us all the book knowledge that we could put in our little heads. But most of all, his hands-on skills from years of working out in the field made him a wonderful resource to all of us. For me personally, he gave up his free time to help me in the lab because the open lab hours didn't work into my schedule. So, it was a matter of grabbing Dan and saying, hey, I need extra help with this. And he never gave a minute's notice of saying, I'll be right there. That's what makes the teachers special at Globe. They go the extra mile. So thank you, Dan. I appreciate everything you did for me. And there's one more, not a teacher, but a teacher in her own right. Cynthia Bachhuber is a school librarian. Stand up. She has taught me as much as I learned in many of my classes. Her willingness to help me with my computer skills, or in my case, lack of them, goes well above what she would have to do anywhere else. The only part of the computer I really understood when I started going to college was how to get my email and Google things and obviously buy things on eBay. We all know that. But she took the time to show me, PowerPoint. I'd never touched that stuff before, and the cool things that it can do. But it's still a learning in progress, cut, copy, and paste. I still don't get it. But she is amazing at what she knows and what she's willing to do for the students. It is not just a library if you truly go in there and use it. And I spend a lot of time in there. So that's an amazing lady there. I give her a lot of credit. So thank you. At my job at night, I get to watch some TV, which is kind of nice. Get to do some studying in between the other things that I do for the clients. One night while I was at work, I was watching TV, and I saw a family. They lived in Indiana, and it was a father and 3 boys. They had let their entire house fall apart around them. But each week, they took other kids from the neighborhood. They taught them how to read and write, and took them places they would never get to go, like museums and fairs and tours of factories. The father believed in the community so much and made a difference in the lives of many youth, while the things that we all think we need to value. He didn't care anything about his house, his money. It didn't matter because everybody around him was thriving off his knowledge and his push and his drive for more information and different things that they can learn. And I truly try to teach my children that shoot as high as you can for everything that you do. The guy from Indiana had a saying that stuck with me a lot, and it went, shoot for the moon, and if you miss it, grab a star on your way down so you can try again. I believe this also, and I've told my kids many times, go for everything that you want in life. Sometimes you don't even know you want it until you try for it. But when you reach it, the feeling is amazing. And I can truly say that I am standing here today amazed at everything that my family and friends have done, put up with. It's phenomenal. You know, I have friends that have brought me McDonald's because I didn't have time to go out and eat. I've had friends that I was too busy to make my flashcards for midterm. Sorry, Alicia. But they made them for me and just handed them back to me so that I could learn them. You know, all of us here tonight have reached for the moon and landed either on it or come down with a star. It doesn't matter which one happened to us. As long as you keep dreaming and believing in yourself, the moon and the stars will always be within your reach. When I walk across this stage tonight and receive my degree, it's not only mine, it belongs to the many people in my life who have also sacrificed to make this dream a reality. To my kids, my partner especially, and my family and friends. We have truly been tested this year. The love that we share is what allows us to dream big and shoot for the moon. And I promise to always support you in your dreams, like you all did mine. Thank you again to the faculty and staff at Globe for the support and understanding as all of us graduates completed our journey towards this graduation day. To our family and friends, may we give back to you everything that you have given to us in support of our dreams and the fulfilling of them tonight. And to the graduates, dream big, shoot for the moon. The worst you can happen is you get a shining star to hold on to. So rock on!
Thank you, Deanne. You are an inspiration. Our Madison West speaker this evening is also a graduate of our medical assistant program. Christina is from Highland, Wisconsin, and currently resides in Dodgeville with her husband Nick and son Isaac. Christina has been a CNA for 10 years and recently started her journey as a medical assistant with the Argyle Medical Association Clinic, which is part of the Darlington Clinic, where she completed her externship. Here's what Susan, Christina's externship mentor at Darlington Clinic, had to say. During her externship, Christina's enthusiasm and willingness to take on any task with a smile was a breath of fresh air. We are excited she has chosen to join our staff. Please help me welcome our Madison West graduate speaker, Christina Frederick.
So I'm Christina, and I am graduating from the medical assistant program. I want to thank all the family and friends and the staff at Globe University that could be here tonight. Tonight we're all going to get our diplomas. It's finally here. I was thinking about what that meant to me, and my first thought was, no more pulling all-nighters, going to work exhausted. My second thought was, all that money for this. Of course, there's a lot more to a diploma than that. It's not just a piece of paper. And it's not totally about being a graduate of Globe University, as proud as we all are of that. There's a lot more to consider. To get on the stage, we've all had to put in a lot of work. A level of dedication and commitment to our education was required before we could step up here and receive our diplomas. Oh, I'm shaking. There are many among us who didn't make it this far. There were times when I didn't know if I would make it this far. This diploma means I was willing to put the time and effort into bettering myself. Because by bettering myself, I improve the conditions for others. And by improving conditions for others, I improve the world. So our journey had to start within ourselves, the person we live with every day. You have to have the desire and drive to make changes to expand your horizons. Without your belief in yourself, you'll never know how far you can get. That's why my diploma represents to me the renewed belief I have in myself and my abilities. I'm not sure what I want to be when I grow up, but Globe University has given me a wonderful start to a continuing education in the medical field. So, class of 2012, it's time to take that diploma and put it to good use. While we celebrate all we've accomplished today, I hope our hard work is only an indication of all of the things that we can do to better our communities and the world around us. Thanks.
What a phenomenal job by both of our student speakers this evening. Let's give them a brief round of applause. Good evening. Thank you for all joining us. My name is Rocky Klitsky, and I'm the campus director at Globe University Madison East. It's my distinct honor at this time to introduce this evening's guest speaker. Crystal Williams-Obie is a recognized attorney, lecturer, and frequent conference speaker. With over 20 years of legal experience, Crystal's professional career includes serving as Assistant Attorney General for the Wisconsin Department of Justice, former law firm partner, staff attorney for Legal Action of Wisconsin, and child advocate for the Dane County Guardian Ad Litem Project. She is the founder of Kingdom Legal Services Incorporated, a nonprofit faith-based law firm located in Madison, Wisconsin. Crystal also serves as Associate Pastor of Northside Christian Assembly Church, where she oversees discipleship training, children's and youth ministry, and church administration. Crystal received her Juris Doctorate from the University of Wisconsin Law School and undergraduate degree from Dillard University in New Orleans, Louisiana. She is the recipient of the African American and Black Business Association's Attorney of the Year Award in 2007 and the Alliance Defense Fund's National Litigation Academy Honor Corps Pro Bono Service in 2006. Ladies and gentlemen, Crystal Williams-Obie.
Well, thank you all. I'm so excited to be here, and I want to thank all of you, the students, families, friends, and all of the faculty and administration. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. You could have had anyone else, but you asked me, so I'm honored. I'm just very excited for you listening to the two speakers and just knowing that each of you have your own story. Each of you have your own journey. There's something that drew you to a global university, and there's something that continued to drive you to complete and finish your course. And so I just want to applaud you all. So now you have your degrees and your certificates, and so now you're about to embark on a new season that'll have new challenges, new promises, right? It's a new thing that you're doing right now. So getting your degree and your diploma this is not the end. It's actually the beginning of something new. And so as I think about when you obtain a new degree or a new certificate or you complete a specific task, many times we'll have people around us saying, now that you've got that degree, now that you've got that certificate, now you're successful. But I want you to know that success can only be defined for you by you. No one else can determine what success is for you. And so yes, you have your degree, you have your certificate, but I want to challenge you to go further. I want to challenge you to go further. There's more to life than what you've obtained today. What you've obtained today is great, and it's exactly what you needed for this season in your life. But guess what? There are other seasons in your life and more seasons in your life. You'll never stop learning. You should never stop earning and achieving and reaching for those goals that's deep down on the inside of you. And so I want to talk to you today about success and what true success is and achieving success on your own terms, based on who you are, based on who you have been created to be, not based on what someone else says is success, but based upon what is successful to you. All right? So if you're wondering why is she pausing, because normally I would say, amen. I'm trying so hard not to say amen. So if I pause and look stunned, it's because I don't know what else to say. All right? So I'm going to just say, all right. And you just say, all right. All right. All right. So let's talk about the meaning of success. Webster's dictionary defines success as achievement of a certain level of social status. It is the achievement of a goal, and it is the opposite of failure. What I want you to know is that, yeah, that definition does seem to agree with what most of us say success is. I mean, for many of us, success is, working for a big corporation and making, 6 or 7 figures, right? Yeah, that would be nice, right? But for others of us, success would mean, having the opportunity to pursue our passion and maybe having the opportunity to be at home with our family or with our children. Success really is relative. It is what you say it is for you. And so, again, success is not an event. So it doesn't stop here. It is not you obtaining your certificate or your degree. Tonight is the first step of the next phase of your life. Success really is not an event. It is a journey. It is taking one step after another to achieve a specific goal. When I think of success, I think of mountain climbers. How many of you climb mountains? Oh, we got one. I don't have my glasses on. I saw a couple of hands. Let me ask you a question. What is it with these rock climbing like stores? These fun places. It's like they have a wall with rocks on them. maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Well, but if I choose wrong, this will happen. Well, which door should it be? Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3? Guess what? When you're climbing mountains, you've got to make a decision. Because if you don't, you'll just be hanging there in the elements and will become victim to the freezing cold, victim to the ice, and victim to the snow. So you've got to make a decision. You're either going to continue to go up or you're going to go back down. So mountain climbers, they overcome fear and indecisiveness, and they speak to themselves. You know, there's a great book that exists that says there's life and death in the power of the tongue. In other words, you can speak life to yourself or you can speak death to yourself. And I don't mean physical death, I just mean death to your self-esteem and death to who you were created to be. And so climbers have to speak to themselves, okay, I can do this, and they speak out loud. There's something about talking to ourselves. Yes, other people think we're crazy. I think it's as long as you don't answer. I think that's the thing. But when you speak to yourself, think about this. Your mouth speaks. Your ear hears it out here versus on the inside. And somehow or another, it triggers something in the brain to take action. And so many of us need to learn to speak to ourselves and say, I can do this. I can take this next step. I've come this far against all types of elements. I've come this far. Maybe you're the only person in your family or in your circle of friends that have achieved this level of education. And so now you've got to keep talking to yourself and saying, now that I've got this degree, I'm going to talk my way through this next level, through this journey to become the successful person that I already am, or to become a greater success than what I already am. All right? All right. All right. Number 2, the second strategy for success that mountain climbers use is that they are comfortable with embracing change. Everybody say change. Change. Say change is good. want you to know that roadblocks are going to come. The issue is not, have I hit a brick wall at this point? The issue is, how am I going to get over it? All right? All right. Let me move on. Number 3, the third strategy of success is that we have to learn to deal with failure. Everybody say failure. Failure. It's not an option. But we have to deal with it. So now we have to determine, how are we going to deal with failure? The first thing is, you've got to expect it. You can't win all the time. Right? Right? How many of you had friends when you were younger, and every time they didn't win, they wanted to take their ball and go home? All the kids are playing with the ball, but because they didn't win, they take their ball and they go home, and they leave everybody else in the cold. That's not what we're supposed to do. What we're supposed to do is say, you know what? I didn't win in my mind because my focus was wrong. You see, successful people do not compete against other people. They don't compete against their fellow employees. They don't compete with their boss for their jobs. They don't compete with other people. What they do is use other people as a gauge to compete with themselves. I like what the young lady said, the speaker, when she said, you know what, she wanted to make sure that her friends didn't get a better grade. She's not competing against them. She's competing against herself. And she's using them as a positive gauge to say, if they can do it, I know I can do it too. All right? All right. And so we can't spend our time competing against other people, because then if things don't work out the way we expect them to work out, we start blaming those people who it did work out for. How many of you know somebody that may have not been too happy when their friend won the lottery and they didn't? You can imagine that, right? You both bought a ticket, and then all of a sudden they get the big prize, and you got nothing. It'll be easy for you to become jealous and say, well, that really was my ticket. She just snatched it first. No, you're not competing against anyone else. You're competing with yourself. And I'm not promoting the lottery. Actually, save your money. That's not going to make you successful. Okay? And so we have to learn the concept of self-correction when we make a mistake. When a climber is climbing a mountain and they feel like they have no other option to move forward, then they have to make their way back down to base camp. So what that climber is going to do is not say, oh, well, I failed, I'll never try again. No, what they're going to do is go back, and they're going to retrace their steps. They're going to get more tools or better tools. They're going to rest, and then they're going to start all over again. This is how you deal with purported failure. You say, okay, so I made a mistake. I'm not the first person to make a mistake. I made a mistake, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a step back. As a matter of fact, when we fail at something, the first thing we need to do is go back and analyze every single step that we took. Now we need to retrace our steps, just like that climber will do. Retrace your steps, going backwards, so to speak. Get right back to the place where you knew you were in the right spot, and then take a different direction. Failure it does not have to be an option. You don't have to accept it. You just have to deal with it. Right? You just have to deal with it. And so there are things that I've tried in my life professionally, things that I've tried in my life, athletically. And I wanted to win most athletic when I was in high school. And see, what had happened was I really wasn't an athlete. I just wanted the prize. I just wanted that big letter E, right? And so, I ran track. I played basketball. As a matter of fact, when I was a freshman, I was placed on the high team because I could play. Well, they thought I could play. And then first basketball game, there was what I thought was a fast break. And I got the ball, and I was dribbling, and I could hear the crowd. And to me, it sounded like roars and cheers, like, yeah. into the opponent's basket. Womp, womp, womp. So you see, my goal was to become most athletic, and so I was willing to play sports that I wasn't good at because I was competing with myself. I had a goal. No, I didn't win most athletic, but I won some other stuff, right? I won some other stuff for just being a good sport and having a good attitude about things. And so what I want to say in all seriousness is that, listen, if you're going to be successful in life, you can't let other people stop you with their words. So that means that you've got to overcome fear. Just because Sally and Bill didn't do it, it doesn't mean that you've got to be scared to try because you can't do it. Everyone is equipped to do something great in this earth, on the earth and in this universe. And everyone is equipped with everything that they need to do it. You have the know-how, you have the ability. All you have to do is conquer fear. You've got to learn to embrace change in your life, and you've got to deal with failure. All right? All right. How many of you want to become rock climbers now? Just say, all right. All right.
Well, that's tough to follow. Actually, now comes the most exciting part of the evening. Now comes the moment that everyone has been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas to our graduates. Presenting the diplomas this evening is Madison West Dean of Students, Jody Sherman.
Thank you. I don't know about you, but I've been crying and I've been laughing and I've been jumping up and down going, all right. I'm exhausted now. So I get to stand here while you get to do the walking. Everybody, please do not hold back on your applause and your shouts for your graduates. So as we ask graduates to join us on stage, I'm going to also recognize graduates who are unable to join us for this special occasion. First of all, will Susan Hain, Program Chair for Accounting at Madison East, please join us at center stage. At this time, I would ask our Madison East Accounting graduate to come forward. Graduating with an Associate's in Applied Science degree in Accounting and receiving honors, Melissa Lampy. Will Rick Mason, Program Chair for Business, please join us at center stage. At this time, I would ask all of our business graduates to come forward. Graduating from Madison West with an Associate's in Applied Science degree in Business Administration, Marcia Lynn Sue. Amanda Tews. Graduating from Globe University Online Division with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and receiving honors, Ashley Nicole Peterson. This evening, we also have a student receiving a master's degree, and I would like to share information about the ceremony accompanying this degree. The pageantry of commencement has its roots in medieval times, dating to the early tradition of Europe's first universities. In 1895, the United States set for its universities a uniform academic costume code, which is reflected in most of the regalia worn today. You may have noted that many of us are wearing additional draping over our robes, and this is called a hood. The colorful hood of each university is reserved for those who attain the highest of academic degree beyond a bachelor's degree. It is a special part of academic regalia and acknowledges scholarly and professional achievements. The outer binding of a master's hood represents the field of study in which the degree was received. The colors of the inner lining of the hood signify the institution awarding the degree. The hood this evening has an inner lining of blue and white denoting the Globe Education Network school colors, and is outlined in drab, which represents a degree in business. Globe University Online Division is proud to announce our graduate receiving his Master's of Science in Business Administration with honors, Brian Bensley. Program Chair for Healthcare Management, please join us at center stage. At this time, I would ask our Healthcare Management graduate to come forward. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Healthcare Management, Lori J. Fitzsimons. Faculty member at Madison West, representing the Health Fitness program, please join us at center stage. And at this time, I would ask our Health Fitness graduates from Globe University Online Division to come forward. Receiving an Associate's in Applied Science degree for Health Fitness Specialist, graduating with honors, Ida Dempick. Graduating with honors, Cheryl Johnson. Will Dee Dee Collette, Program Chair for Information Technology, please join us at center stage. And at this time, I would ask our Information Technology graduates to come forward. Receiving an Associate's in Applied Science degree in Information Technology, graduating with honors, Daniel Baldwig. Unable to join us this evening and graduating with honors, David Blakely. Design at Madison East, please join us at center stage. And at this time, I would ask our Interactive Media and Graphic Design graduate to come forward. Receiving an Associate's in Applied Science degree for Interactive Media and Graphic Design, graduating with high honors, Stephen Manthe.
Way to go, team!
Will Robin Reinhardt, Program Chair for Massage Therapy at Madison East, please join us at center stage. At this time, I would ask all of our massage therapy graduates to come forward. I will announce Madison East graduates first. Receiving a diploma in massage therapy, graduating with honors, Brianna Grosskreutz. Receiving an Associate's in Applied Science degree in massage therapy, Erin Desjardins. Laura Jeske. Graduating with honors, Brett Kammerer. Youngin. Jess Foggs, Program Chair for Massage Therapy at Madison West, please join us at center stage. Receiving a diploma in massage therapy, E. Candace Flowers. Clarabelle Garcia. Receiving an Associate's in Applied Science degree in massage therapy, Brianna V. Houston. Emily Zebarth. Will Alicia Terry, Program Chair for Medical Administrative Assistants and Medical Assistants at Madison East, please join us at center stage. At this time, we would ask all of our Medical Administrative Assistant and Medical Assistant graduates to come forward. I will announce Madison East graduates first. Receiving an Associate in Applied Science degree for Medical Assistant, Nicole Anderson. Graduating with honors, Jody Dorr. Graduating with honors, Deanne Kepke. Graduating with high honors, Barbara Riley. Courtney Zerl. Will Katie Waite, Program Chair for Medical Administrative Assistants and Medical Assistants at Madison West, please join us at center stage. Receiving a diploma for Medical Administrative Assistant, Dolores DeLeon.
Hey, show it.
Receiving a diploma for Medical Assistant, Christina Frederick. Graduating with honors, Danielle Steinman. Emily Wedding. Receiving an Associate's in Applied Science degree for Medical Assistant, graduating with honors, Wayne Boyles. Brianna Mason. Heidi Marie Reed. Graduating with honors, Elizabeth Ellen Rosebrook. Will Jim Brandmeier, Meyer, Program Chair for Music Business at Madison East. Please join us at center stage. And at this time, I would ask our music business graduates to come forward. Receiving an associate's in applied science degree in music business, Richard Brown. Graduating with honors, Stephanie Irvine. Program Chair for Madison East. Please join us at center stage. And at this time, I would ask all of our veterinary technology graduates to come forward. I will announce Madison East graduates first. Receiving an Associate's of Applied Science degree in Veterinary Technology, Carolyn Dalton. Swart. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Veterinary Technology, Jerica Thompson Harrison. Program Chair for Veterinary Technology, and Dr. Lund, our resident doctor of veterinary medicine at Madison West. Please join us. Receiving an Associate's of Applied Science degree in Veterinary Technology, Laura Aylesworth. with honors, Misty Levine. Graduating with honors, Christina Leroy. Graduating with honors, Kelly Lewis, who is unable to join us this evening. Graduating with honors, Katie Kathleen Porterfield. Graduating with honors, Melissa Rivera Cruz. Graduating with honors, Mark Schneider. Graduating with honors, Rachel Weiss. Thank you.
Doing the honor of conferring the degrees and diplomas this evening is Madison East Dean of Faculty, Sandra Riley.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations. We are going to start by conferring the diplomas. So will diploma candidates please rise? In public recognition, this 21st day of June in the year 2012 of the successful completion of your diploma program, please move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations. Associate's degree candidates, please rise. Globe University, with the full recommendation of its president and faculty, and by the virtue of the authority vested in us by the state of Wisconsin, confers upon you the degree of Associate of Applied Science with all of its rights, privileges, and obligations, given this 21st day of June in the year 2012. Please move your tassel from right to left. Bachelor's degree candidates, please rise. recommendation of the president and faculty, along with the successful completion of all criteria required, and by the virtue of the authority vested in us by the state of Wisconsin, Globe University confers upon you the Bachelor of Science degree with all of its rights, privileges, and obligations, given this 21st day of June in the year 2012. Please move your tassel from right to left. Our master's degree candidate, please rise. With the full recommendation of the president and faculty, along with the successful completion of all criteria required, and by virtue of the authority vested in us by the state of Wisconsin, Globe University confers upon you the Master of Science degree with all of its rights, privileges, and obligations, given this 21st day of June in the year 2012. Please move your tassel from right to left.
Graduates, please stand and face the audience. On behalf of Globe University, I would like to present to you the graduating class of Spring Quarter 2012.